Africa Enlightenment Center, Religious, Political, and Social Enlightenment. Hello, welcome to Africa Enlightenment Center. Here we bring to you religious, political, and social enlightenment. The wind of enlightenment is blowing across Africa, and we cannot be left out in Nigeria. So we bring to you religious, political, and social enlightenment to bring people from faith to reason. Africans have been living on faith for so many years, yet nothing good has happened in the continent. The continent seems to be going down. It is time that Africans wake up and begin to employ the tools of critical thinking. And right now in this video, I'm going to be talking about the miracle saga, questions for Christians to answer. I did a video. You can see the link to that video in the description. I did a video where I talked about a miracle, a purported miracle that happened through the prayers of one of Africa's pastors based in Nigeria, Pastor Jerry Eze, where a young girl was purportedly healed in a house while the pastor was praying and all that. So I did an analysis of the video and exactly what happened to the girl, that it wasn't a miracle. Since I did that video, I've been receiving a lot of backlashes, a lot of comments, insultive comments and all that, but I'm not perturbed. I'm here to ask some pertinent questions that Christians need to answer. Very important questions from these purported miracles that have been happening. Not just this one that I analyzed recently. There has been a video going around of one Ebu Kalbi who healed a young girl that was born blind. It was on TV everywhere, but the girl was recently found to still be blind. There was no healing that took place. She's still on the streets begging for alms. You can see the video right there. That's the video of the girl still begging for alms in the street. Somebody found her and interviewed her, and talked to her. So you can see the video on the screen. And then there is another saga, though that one has been there for some time, of a renowned Pastor Chris Oyakhilome, who claimed he has healed or raised from the dead about 50 people in the
last 1 year. In the last 1 year, we've had more than 50 people raised from the dead. More than 50 people raised from the dead within the last 1 year. More than 50 people.
You see that? So all of these things, there are questions we need to ask, because in Africa, it is time we ask questions. Because if we don't ask questions, we are going nowhere. When we ask questions, we'll have the right answers. It's time that we stop living based on some assumptions that were brought to us by the white people who brought the Bible to us, who brought the God of the Bible to us, and the Arabs who brought, the God of the Arabs to us, to control our minds. It is time we ask questions so that we can live our lives based on facts and evidences. So I'm going to ask the first question based on the last video that I did about the girl that was purportedly healed through the prayers of Pastor Jerry Eze. Now the question is, why did the God that healed this girl wait for about 3 years, to heal her through the prayers of Pastor Jerry Eze? Why did he wait that long? She had an accident, according to the stories, because I had to call a close friend of the lady who told me she had a spinal cord injury, and doctors said that there's nothing that could be done for her and all that. Did they take her abroad? Is only in Nigeria? And she told me at a certain point, they gave up and the girl was just in the house on the wheelchair. She stopped going for medical treatment in hospitals. She was just in the house and all that. A lot of questions. Wasn't she still taking some medication? She was already treated. She was being given medication and she was on therapy also. All right. So why did God even wait that long to make her suffer for about 3 years before, healing her? See that? There's a story in the Bible of God, coming down, bringing an angel down to the pool of Bethsaida, and then the angel stirring the water, and then one person is healed every year. Just one person is healed every year. So why would God be that wicked to wait for 1 year to send an angel to heal these people? And when Jesus Christ came, according to the stories, He healed one person that was bedridden in that place for 38 years. Why would God allow somebody to suffer for 38 years before sending Jesus to come and heal him? You see that at the pool of Bethsaida. Why would a so-called loving God who doesn't want people to suffer, why would he allow that kind of a thing to happen? All right. This is a question that I want Christians to answer for me. Answer the question. Stop emotional blackmail. Just answer questions. Answer the questions. Give reasonable answers to these questions. All right. So why would God be that wicked to allow people suffer for so long before bringing healing? If miracles and healings are real, why would God allow people to suffer before bringing the healings? All right. And then you say, oh, God does all that to glorify his name. Oh, so God will allow people to suffer so that he can glorify his name, and allow them to suffer for 40 years, 30 years, 5 years, 10 years, for so many years before he brings healing or heals people. And then why is it that it's only people that have, these kind of conditions that this God can heal? Why is it that this God cannot heal amputees, cannot heal people that were born blind from birth? You see that? Why is it that this God cannot heal, people that have real cancers, people that are really, having difficult sicknesses and diseases that have been certified by doctors to be having those sicknesses and diseases? All right. Why is it so? And why is it that it's only during, church programs, that people come out to testify that they've been healed and all that? Why can't this God, heal people normally in the streets, heal people in the hospital? There are so many sick people in the hospitals. Why can't, these pastors go to the hospitals to heal these sick people? Why always only in church programs and all that? These are questions that must be answered. You have to answer these questions, all right, to prove me wrong. Next, looking at the girl that was blind, that was purportedly healed by Evangelist Ebuka. Look at the girl, okay? She's in the streets begging for alms after it was broadcasted on TV that this girl has been healed, of blindness. What happened? Is it that God did not heal her, and then the pastor lied that she was healed? Or is it that after God healed her, her faith failed and then she went blind again? Or is it that the healing was not perfect, or something went wrong along the way? Or was it arranged, just to give people the impression that the pastor is healing people or God is healing people? These are questions that you guys should answer. All right. Then the last one, which is Pastor Chris claiming that he raised about 50 people from the dead in the last few years. All right. Where are these people? Don't they have identity? Why were they not called forth to come and testify? And then people should verify the testimonies, whether they are true or not, whether these people were really, raised from the dead or not. Why is it that it's only inside churches, in their churches, that these people are raised from the dead? Why can't they go to the mortuaries, to the grave sites and all that, and raise people from the dead? There are people who need to be raised from the dead. We need them back to life. People like Mandela, we need them back to life, especially in Africa. Talk about people like Martin Luther King Jr. We need these people back to life. All right. People like Yaradua, who was one of the best presidents we ever had in this country. We need them back to life to come and help us solve our problems. So why can't these people be raised back to life? All right. Why is it that it's only in the church services, that they proclaim, our people, are raised from death, or that people came back, to life, just tell these stories. And then, you see Christians just clapping and happy and chanting and praising, their God, that he did one miracle or something. But in reality, where are these people? We can't see them. We can't verify them. It is time that in Africa, we can't just swallow, things hook, line, and sinker. We must verify them with evidence before we can say, certify and say, okay, yes, this is true or not true. Because we live on too much assumptions, especially in Africa, and it is not helping Africa to grow. So Answer these questions in the comment section. All Christians, it's time for you to come and answer questions. Answer these questions in the comment section. I'm waiting for you guys.